Hi cuties, I'm the brainstorm guy. Today, I want to talk to you about my story. Isn't it frustrating when brainstorming? For me, it used to be. I got stuck at brainstorming and my writing was not so good. My mom and then my dad also got upset because of that. After searching and trying many brainstorming techniques, I came across one amazing brainstorming tool that will change my life forever, Discussion Clock. So, what is it? Using Discussion Clock is discuss one matter from different perspectives. Today I will show you how to.
What do you think about students studying abroad?
Good question. Well, as the Minister of Education, I strongly believe that it will benefit students academically. You know why? Like more sources of knowledge and then definitely more chances to interact with international students. So what could be worse? Yeah. Mr. Economy, what do you think? Oh, well, thank you. Then I may say that as the Minister of Economy, I may see this issue from different viewpoint. You know, it may even cause brain drain, like cutting down on the well-educated workforce in Vietnam.
Well, that's right. You put yourself into a minister's shoes. Now you feel powerful? The problem is, how many ministers I should choose to wear their shoes? The answer is, it depends.
For certain topics, you may choose the Ministers of Health, Education, and Economy. For others, you might have Technology, Art, and Crime. So, after selecting the appropriate roles, ask yourself these questions. What would happen or would not happen if the matter A is real? And what are the positive or negative effects of A on education, crime, art, and so on? Then, based on what I have just shared with you, let's have some practice. Coming back to the studying abroad topic, I will choose 3 ministers of education, psychology, and economy to generate ideas. For the first question, what would happen to education if students choose to study abroad? Well, we will have a well-educated workforce, yet the government would suffer from brain drain. You may then ask the question of what would not happen and the ones about the positive and negative impacts regarding education. For the other 2, repeat with the same questions and we have ideas as presented. However, what if in the testing room you are too stressed out with millions of ministers? Maybe it is time for the second type of categories, which might be easier. For this type, there are mainly 5 roles: teacher or school, government, students, families, and friends. Sounds more familiar to you, right? Let's try this with some topics. Again, when studying abroad, I would choose 3 roles: student, family, and government. So, what would happen to students if they study abroad? Of course, knowledge and cultural exchange would be plus points. However, there will be drawbacks such as cultural shock, financial burden, and homesickness. Asking the same question for other 2 roles, we have financial burden, weakened attachment for family, and brain drain, strengthen external affair for the government. Are you clear about the technique? If still not, then here are other topics for you to practice.
Social networks are harmful to young people. To what extent do you agree or disagree? For the first time, maybe I will choose psychological and educational aspect to talk about. And I will choose 4 roles: student, family, friend, and even teacher for the second time. The next topic is, should prostitution be legalized in Vietnam? You may consider moral, cultural, and educational aspects for the first time, like 3 roles: a provider, customer, and governor for the second time. What about this one? For this topic, can you see clear connection between the topic Any aspect of education or economy? Definitely not. What about the second type with students or government? Oops, that not would either. Has this topic driving you crazy? Yeah, because it belongs to the group of abstract or unclear topics. Sometimes you may encounter abstract topics like study is a lifelong process, or advertisement encourage people to become similar. In that case, discussion club cannot help you. Only intensive reading can walk you through. We suggest that you read articles, news reports, and books to fully equip yourself with background knowledge. Be confident and conquer your fear in the testing room. Thank you for listening.
Created using Powtoon.